Hello, grade 5, and welcome to our new lesson, which is addition and subtraction of fractions. This is session 1. These are two lessons, which are lesson 13 and lesson 15 in our book. We have many objectives in these two lessons, which are to add and subtract two fractions, add and subtract two fractions, where one is a natural number and the other is a fraction. The outcome of this session is to add or to subtract two fractions having the same denominator. Now we are going to talk about like fractions. When fractions have the same denominator, they are called like fractions. You can add or subtract fractions when you have like fractions. Examples: these are like fractions. They have the same denominator, which is 5. Now let's start talking about addition of fractions having the same denominator. Let's learn how to add two fractions with the same denominator through the following problem. Lama ate 2/5 of the chocolate bar at the first recess. 2/5. Then 1/5 at the second recess. What is the fraction that represents the eaten part of the chocolate bar? So she ate 2/5 at the first recess, 2 out of 5 pieces. Then in the second recess, she ate 1 out of 5. So what is the fraction that represents the eaten part? Okay, as you can see, to represent what Lama ate, we add the eaten parts. So she ate 3/5. She ate 3 parts out of 5 of the bar. So in other words, we can say that Lama ate 2/5 plus 1/5, and the total number of eaten parts is 3 out of 5. So let's look again. We have these two fractions, 2/5 plus 1/5. The answer is 3/5. What can you deduce? We deduce that the denominator is 5. Is the same in the two fractions. They have the same denominator, and also in the answer we have the same denominator. And what did we do with the numerators? We add the numerators. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, and we keep the same denominator. So adding like fractions or fractions having the same denominators, what to do? 1, we have to make sure that these fractions are alike, they have same denominators. 2, we add the numerators. 3, we write the sum and keep the same denominator. And finally, we write the answer in the simplest form. We simplify if possible. Take these two fractions, 1/6 plus 4/6. So we make sure they have same denominators, which is 6. We add the numerators. 4 plus 1 will give me 5. And we keep the same denominator, which is 6. Now check the answer. Can we simplify it more? No. So 5/6 is the simplest form, which is our answer. So to add fractions of the same denominator, what to do? 1, we add the numerators and keep the denominator as it is. Let's take more examples. 1 over 6 plus 2 over 6. Add the numerators and keep the same denominator. So 2 plus 1 over 6, which will give me 3 over 6. Here we have 3 over 7 plus 2 over 7. Add the numerators. 3 plus 2, it's 5. And keep the same denominator, which is 7. Now let's talk about subtraction of two fractions with the same denominator. Let's learn how to subtract two fractions with the following activity. When we want to subtract, we remove the colored part of the second drawing from the first drawing. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. We are subtracting from it 4 out of 6. So the answer is, what is the remaining colored parts? It's 1 over 6. Okay? So we remove 4 over 6 from 5 over 6. The remaining part is 1 over 6. What can you conclude? We conclude that the denominator is 6. It remains the same. And what did we do with the numerators? We subtract the numerators. 5 minus 4 will give me 1. So let's repeat. Subtracting like fractions. Fractions have same denominator. 1, we have to make sure they have the same denominator. 2, we subtract the numerators. 3, we keep the same denominator. And finally, don't forget to simplify if possible. So 7 over 8 minus 3 over 8. Do they have same denominator? Yes. So what to do? 1, we subtract the numerators. 7 minus 3. The answer is 4. And we keep the same denominator, which is 8. Now let's check. Can I simplify this fraction? Yes, these two numbers, they have a common divisor, many common divisors, which are 2 and 4. So the greatest common divisor is 4. So let's simplify by 4. By 4, the answer will be, the simplest final answer will be half. This is our answer. So, as a conclusion, to subtract two fractions having the same denominator, we subtract the numerators and keep the same denominator as it is. Let's take more examples. Example number 1, 5 over 9 minus 2 over 9. They have the same denominator, so we subtract the numerators. 5 minus 2 over, keep the same denominator, which will give me 3 over 9. The second example, 6 over 7 minus 2 over 7. They have the same denominator, so we subtract the numerators. 6 minus 2, it's 4, and keep the same denominator, which is 7. So today we learned how to add and subtract two fractions having the same denominators. By this, we finished our session. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.